Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 3 p.m. here in Chicago and in Austin. Welcome, everybody. It is Saturday, February 6, 2021. Time for another live stream. Today, I've got my cousin on here, and I'm out of focus. I got my cousin on here, Jamison Michael of Jamison Michael, not Jamie Reviews anymore, Jamison Michael. And, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about lots of stuff today. And welcome. Good to see you. First, before we get into the live stream for today, I do want to say hi to everyone watching and listening on the podcast version. Yesterday, I totally screwed it up. I uploaded the wrong file, and I don't know how to fix that. So sorry about that, but you're getting today's. Hopefully, you'll enjoy today's conversation while you're on your run. And everyone watching this on YouTube after the fact, today you missed out. You should have been here live. You could have been interacting with the man himself and hanging out with us, but we're glad you're watching after the fact anyway. Welcome. And now I'll toss it over to Jamison Michael, because it's not Jamie anymore. Jamison Michael, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing so well. I just want to say I missed you so much. I feel like it's been so long since we spoke, seen each other. I know we're family, we're cousins, but sometimes it feels like we're so far away. But I'm glad that we had this moment to kind of reunite. It's sort of like a family reunion, so to speak.
Yeah, we got the family Zoom, and we put it on YouTube today. So that's what I feel like this is.
Feels like home.
All right. How are you been?
Oh man, I've been going through it. Should I start with the good stuff or the bad stuff? What do you want?
Let's do the good stuff first.
Oh, the good stuff is that I am back in health, man. I'm feeling good. My jogging is going awesome. I feel more elite now than ever before. My hair is growing out. I'm looking good for just get good for the winter season. So getting cut for the spring. So I'm feeling good, feeling positive about stuff. And like I kind of mentioned, like I'm going through a transition phase as far as the branding, the names, and all that. So that's happening soon. So I'm excited. So this is like a comeback for me. Like this moment here is like day one.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that I'm getting the scoop on it, or at least I can help with the start of that day one. I always like being part of that. Tell me, what are some of the changes that you're thinking about? I saw the new branding, new logo, not Jamie.
Yeah.
Even though that's what this little avatar says in the corner, Jamie.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Let me go and clear some of that up. So
Okay.
I've been doing reviews since I don't know, like 5 years now. Like we've been in this thing together for a while now. Time passes by, and gym reviews is always what I'm doing when I am. Like that's what I put out reviews. But I've been kind of exploring opportunities outside of the YouTube realm, aka the real life, and doing like commercial work, stuff for other businesses, and it just it doesn't make sense when I'm like, hey, this is my business card. I'm Jimmy Reviews. They're like, well, why is your company called Jimmy Reviews? You're filming our commercial or whatever. So I need something a little more professional to kind of fit that mold. So on YouTube, there will still be Jamison Michael, Jimmy Reviews, but it's also going to reflect my stuff outside of YouTube. It may be on YouTube, but not be running specific. So a little branching out as far as just reviews.
I see. That makes sense, because then it makes it like you are the production company, and there are different kind of like sides to that. Broader company. That makes sense. Nice.
And also, just my channel. We're gonna be focusing kind of like yours, kind of like how you focus on the fitness, the tips, the running vlogs, and the reviews. I'm kind of spreading out my wings a little bit more, just to do a little more besides just the shoes. The personality, the people behind the shoes, who's wearing them, a little more of that. Because I feel like I got so much to show and so much to tell, but sometimes I feel like just the shoes kind of overshadows what I really want to do outside of the shoe stuff. So there'll still be shoe reviews, but there may be some more nonsense. So that's kind of the.
Well, I mean, I'm a big fan of the nonsense. I mean, that's the part that I stay for. Like, I mean, I feel like if you don't have nonsense, how do you get people to watch some of the reviews that are maybe not as like in demand as some of the other reviews? You know what I mean? You got to have the nonsense. There's two things that you got to have: nonsense, just to keep people in the video, but also then you also have that like training story, that overall arc that makes it so that way, like you got to watch them all to really understand what's kind of going on. And I've been enjoying your workout videos.
Yeah, they're fun. They're different. They hurt. They hurt, man.
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing them. It's just something different, you know. But also it's just getting in shape. You know, I think with the whole COVID thing, I think some of us kind of stayed in shape. Some of us kind of got sidetracked with other things. And like, I'm one of those people who just I never really ran races, but I almost like became like I wanted to do more. It's weird because when the race is happening, I didn't do much. I didn't do many at all.
Mm-hmm.
But when I couldn't do it, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not. There's no option. But now I want to do it. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Definitely, I felt like it was harder not only to like just keep motivated throughout the year, but also from the channel perspective too. Because I was, saying like you got to have that arc to connect all like the random reviews together into a channel. It's like without the races there wasn't like a context for like here's why I'm picking up this speed shoe, here's why I've got this max cushion shoe, and so I feel like having that races is it's good because they're fun, but also like it really helps with some of the overall storytelling. It makes it all make a little bit more sense together.
Facts. See, I'm getting all this like gems from you. Like you're like the blueprint. I'm like, okay, how can I be the next Kofuzi?
I mean, what are you talking about me being the blueprint though? Because this is stuff that you've already been doing. I mean, even if you just look at your last 5 uploaded videos, that blueprint's already in execution. So I mean, like you're doing it already.
All right. Well, we'll see what's going now. Who is commenting on these? This is a live comments like type of podcast. This is kind of cool.
Yeah. So I've been using Streamcast, and what I like about it is that it lets me like highlight the different comments. So rather than me like reading them to you, I can click on them and then they pop up. And then sometimes people have their like avatar or their like YouTube profile pic on there, and then they could see themselves. People like that, I think. But also then we can kind of focus on the same thing at the same time. So we might have some questions in there if there's any questions for you. But I just thought while we're talking.
Cool, I like that.
Talk about some of the funnier or more relevant chat comments that come up. Stevie76 is a longtime listener. He's a chairman of the Happy Hour subcommittee for the live stream and making the Rush Hour reference, which I think is pretty funny.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm the Chris Tucker in this one, and you're Jackie Chan.
I'll be Jackie. So. It makes sense. Perfect sense.
Yeah. But speaking of races, though, what races are you going to hop in that Trial of Miles track meet coming up? I hear that's coming to Austin and then this month. You going to hop into that?
Yeah. Not hop into that. Heck no. What are you talking about, man? No, I'm elite dogging. But I will be there working the event. Cool. So, like I said, I'm doing my stuff off of YouTube. That's one of the things. Mm-hmm. So, some video work. You will more than likely see my work. You just won't know it's come from me. You might see a few like banners and posters and media stuff from some of the. But you'll be my stuff on there. More than likely.
Very cool. It seems like someone mentioned earlier. I missed it in some of the chat. Going, oh, here it is. Stevie76 again. Says everyone's moving to Austin. It seems like Austin. I mean, has been a hot spot for running for a minute, but it seems like even more so now, maybe with the weather, but also with lots of easily accessible running. What are you thinking about that?
Yeah, it's funny. Like I've been here for about 12 years now, and I've seen it change. Like just before my own eyes, like traffic, the people, buildings popping up, skyscrapers that weren't there before. Just I see so many California license plates over here now. It's like a mini LA. This is the biggest LA suburb in America.
Yeah, I mean, is it Google or Tesla? One of those companies.
All of them.
Started moving headquarters out to Austin area, right?
Yeah, they all have something out here. Samsung, Tesla, Google. They have like multiple locations. There's just so many. So yeah, they're all moving out here, and it's making my rent go high. So if for people who want to move here, chill out. Give your personal space. Yeah. I do YouTube. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not Kofuzi. I do just little things. I can't be doing all that. So stay where you are. Stay in LA. Stay by LeBron James. You can be cousins over there. I'll stay over here where it's cheap.
Yeah. Does that change? Has that changed like the people you're seeing out there jogging around the lake, or does it change some of the shoes that you're seeing out there? Is it there a little bit more nonsense, or tell me if you notice any changes in that regard with the changing demographics?
Uh, I would say it's funny. So the morning, it's like shifts, right? It's like the morning shift, which is like your 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Like people who go to run around the lake and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like your quote real runners.
Mm-hmm.
Train for something. They have trying to be consistent. But then there's like that second group of second wave who are like your lunchtime people. They're people who don't work real jobs, so they kind of just like have that lunch hour. They run around all day, and then you have like the afternoon hour where you get all kinds of crazy people. I mean, people who don't they out there wearing like boots,
Mm-hmm.
no shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I see some guy wearing flip flops, and they're just going at it, running around, arms flailing. I'm like, you guys need to watch a Kofuzi like how to run video because you guys just need help. But they're out there, so hey, they're out there. That's half the battle. But yeah, I just like just people. Like I can't even say like what kind of people. It's all kinds. So this is like the melting pot of melting pots right now. Everyone's here.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. It looks like you've been getting some warmer weather though.
Oh yeah, like it's funny. Like I'm like on Instagram, I'm watching your videos and like your Instagram posts, and you're sitting there sweating on Vaporflies. I'm over here sweating like in 80-degree weather. Like it's right now. It's like 76 degrees right now.
That's crazy.
I'm warm. Like, I'm gonna go to a birthday party in about an hour, and I'm just like I'm hot. I'm like, man, I need to like turn the AC on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tank just to kind of like get some air.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's warm out here.
I was saying, I saw earlier Dr. Josh is in here from In the Long Run. Do you watch In the Long Run? Have you ever seen that channel?
No, I haven't. Man, I've been missing some of the YouTube stuff. I mean, I've been off of YouTube, so I've only kind of catching like your stuff, honestly. Not to be like mean to the end of the channel, but like I've been kind of like, I've been on the IG wave right now.
Okay, but Dr. Josh was asking, if we've got some, it's got some heat about pull tabs for the year. Do you have pull tabs that you're looking forward to that you can talk to us about, or still just generally excited for the increase in overall pull tabs? What's the position on that?
I got some bad news. I think the pull tab era is dying out. I think 2021 may be the year that we officially take our L, and the loss of pull tabs is over. Like every brand, not every brand, but they're starting to make them smaller. Have you seen the Convalor 12s? You've seen those, right?
Yeah.
You see that little like lip they put at the very end of it? It's not a pull tab. It's like a little piece of plastic that kind of just extends at the end of it. I'm like, really talking like that's it.
But I mean, the Convalor's never had a pull tab though, has it? So
no, but I told them to add one. So about 2 years ago, right? The Convalor 10 had just released. I was talking to the designer and I was like, hey, he goes, what do you want in Convalor 12 in 2 years? I was like, add a pull tab. And I think that was his jab, like to be like something.
Yeah,
I was like, really?
It's like you made a wish like with an evil genie. Like you a pull tab. You can't get your finger in there.
Yeah, like he technically added it, but like I want that Rincon 2 pull tab, just that oversized, over obnoxious. Put the whole hand in there, just fling around. Like that's what I want in my shoes.
Oh, that's funny. But did you see? I saw Running Warehouse put out a video on the Terra Kiger 7. They're gonna have it's a sideways, almost like an at an angle pull tab. Did you see that?
I'm all for it. I feel like Nike went number one is for a reason.
Nike's going just everything like at skewed or at an angle. They got the offset lacing for the Vaporflies, and then like an offset pull tab for the Terra Kiger. I think it's what gives it all the speed.
Yeah, I can't wait. And for how like one brand does one thing, it kind of trickles.
Yeah.
You're gonna see all these brands doing like asymmetrical lacing, pull tabs, and slowly start to happen. It's gonna happen.
I don't know about that, but that would be pretty funny to see. But we've got a variety of opinions. Soul Brother says pull tabs are overrated.
All right, keep watching.
Loves pull tabs, so they're needed. when I'm lazy. I don't want to unlace and relace.
There we
Is
go,
that why
Dre.
you like the pull tab? Because then you don't have to tie the shoes on. I like the pull tabs. I don't really use them that much, but I just like that they're there. I don't know.
It's just a lot of things. Shoes are hard to get on. Sometimes it's just nice to kind of pull the end of it and just get in there. Sometimes it's just nice to have. You know, it's like your pop socket for your phone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, do you need it? No, your phone doesn't need that. But it's just nice to have. And
Right.
on the occasion that you use it, it's like, oh, cool, it's there.
Do you have a pop socket on your phone?
No, that's weird.
I don't have one either.
That's unnecessary. It's stupid. Pointless.
I got one from my wife. She uses it, and I've seen other people use it, but I'm just like, it seems like on the one hand, it seems like nice and slim, and it'd be like really easy to just add one back here. But on the other hand, it seems like really bulky. So I don't know.
We've been live for 15 minutes. Do we have time to give a shout out to our sponsor, Squarespace.com?
You can give us. Do you have a sponsor you want to give a shout out to?
No, we all suck.
We can shout out East Bay. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, East Bay. I've been so as I've been gone from YouTube, I've been on my grind on the IG, Instagram side of things, and I'm telling you, man, I didn't realize how much opportunity there was on Instagram.
There's a lot. There's so many people there. It's just hard to kind of like. I don't know how to really figure it out, but I know that the eyes are there.
I never took it that serious. Like, it's always been like, Instagram's like my little side thing. Put pictures here. Not a big deal. So, but while I was gone from YouTube, I've been just doing more Instagrams, and I'm not going to sit here and put my business out there, but I probably made just as much money on there than I have on YouTube in the last 3 months.
That's amazing.
And it's like, I had no idea there was opportunities like that. So, like, with East Bay and like other brands, and it's like, wow, like, and my Instagram's not that big. Mm-hmm. So it makes you wonder, what are these like huge IG models getting?
Yeah. I mean, is it so? When you're talking about monetizing or being able to make money off Instagram, though, there's no like ad revenue. Like, there's no ads.
There's no ads. There's no ad revenue. It's just kind of like people reaching out and paying you for whatever. You just got to show that it's branded and it's ad content. But it's like there's so many of them though.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, I just didn't realize. I was just like, oh, you're going to pay me to, and it's easy. Like, you know YouTube. You film, you got to think of the idea what you're going to film, you got to edit, the sound, all these things, and you put together for a 10 to 15 minute video, you put it out, and hope that someone watches it. In IG, you take a 15-second picture of you dancing, and you post it, and then there you go, you're done. That's all you gotta do on Instagram. You gotta do a little TikTok dance and you're done.
Yeah. Are you on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok, but I should be. I can do a little dance and do a little thing, and I can do that.
Yeah, I think though, like making money on Instagram, I feel like it's deceptive. Like the amount of effort per second is a lot higher, in my opinion, than it is on YouTube. I feel like I spend a lot of time for like a 20-second or a 15-second reel on Instagram compared to what I would do for the same amount of time on YouTube. But I mean, I think that's like that's another difference.
You gotta dance, Kofuzi. Just dance.
I don't think anyone wants to see me doing a dance. I don't have TikTok, and I think I still have a Snapchat account. I haven't used it.
Yeah, Snapchat.
Well, like, like I don't use any of the, I'm busy enough with Instagram, and sometimes I use Twitter, and YouTube. But yeah.
I do have a question for you, and it's a little personal.
Sure.
So I mean, you and I feel like we started back in the day. Like I feel like we were like one of the first like running YouTuber like personalities, like the new era. You had the first era of like Ginger Runner and like those guys, but we came like that second wave.
Right. Yeah.
And like when you started, you was Kofuzi, clean cut, marathoner, nice guy, a lot of Nikes. I was Jamie, doing like little skits, clean cut, teacher. Nowadays,
we
look horrible. You got the mustache, the hat, the backwards, the hair going down, the mullet. I got these almost like dreadlocks. I'm growing a beard. But what happened to us?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when you look at pictures of presidents, like, and after 4 years, you look at how much they age. I mean, maybe there's like a YouTuber thing, like you look at the YouTuber.
Yeah, like I want to say like those little like memes. You put yourself from like how you were doing, how you doing now, how you look thin and now. I want to do that with us and just show like how much we progressed. I'm not sure if progress is the right word, but we've changed. I'm like, man, YouTube stressed us out. It changed
Yeah,
us.
well, I think in our defense, though, it's been a pretty crazy year. So, like, I'm not going to judge what anyone looks like, right? I mean, I don't judge people what they look like anyway, but, like, I'm not going to give anyone a hard time for what they look like right now in 2021. And in fact, like, I feel like the more like you and me that people look like, I'm like, yeah, you feel me. We're connecting. That's like my sign that I'm looking at another person. I'm like, yeah, you understand me already. I know like we're on the same wavelength because you haven't been getting regular haircuts. You don't care how dirty your pants are. Like you're with me. We're on the same team here.
Facts. Oh man.
That's so funny. Soul Brother says it's because we're less corporate now. We're doing our own things and it's great. Awesome, Soul Brother. Cool.
Yeah, man. That's another thing that the big changes I'm going through. So I think what you were saying is my nonsense is what people like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, well, cause I went back in like the other week and I went back to my first videos.
Okay.
And I just kind of watched like I watched like maybe a minute and a half of each one from like beginning to like now. Just watch them for like 2
All
hours.
of them?
Most of them for like 2 hours. Just about a minute of each video.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw like a change. At some point, it went from being just like fun, nonsense, doesn't care, to having to almost like be appropriate to like fit what the brand was letting me do compared to just doing what I want to do. And I'm like, man, like that's where the fun got lost. So I really feel like this last year, 2020, I just really feel like it's kind of why I kind of stopped doing it for a while. I fell out of love with it. I feel like I was trying so hard to just kind of like keep it going, and I had the formula of what to do. Like it was easy, but I'm just like there was no challenge involved. There was no creativity involved. It was just like, all right, I'm doing reviews. Here's a shoe. This is what I think about it. All right, cool. Like it or not, like it's still my real honest opinion, but it was just that extra fun factor was gone, and that's exactly what I want to bring back on my comeback.
Do you think part of that is because like it's hard to like? I mean, a lot of your antics involved other people with you. So do you think that's part of it, that you were having a hard time because it's harder to schedule and work with other people?
I think that was part of it in a way, but almost like because I had people, it was harder to do antics. Because when I do my own antics, it's me doing what I want to do without having to like say it's okay, it's not okay. But it's hard for me to convince someone else to say, hey, let's run around butt naked in the alleyway in some skechers. I would do that. I'm fine with that. I'm not sure if Mary Beth would be like, okay, let's do that. I don't know. So therefore, I can't do it if they're not going to do it.
Well, I mean, that would certainly get you the views. If you could figure
it would give me the views, right? You'd watch it. You wouldn't tell me that you watched it, but you probably watched it.
I can understand that. I mean, I feel like on the one hand, I get the pressure. It's like you want to do more collaborations, but it's like, dude, I'm trying to make 6 videos a week. I don't have time to schedule something and like send people large video files, have them send me stuff back, and then work on it, and then work that way. So I definitely feel that. I've never run into the how do we run together naked issue that you seem to be running into.
You'll get there with that.
Where you're coming from.
Yeah, but I just want to. I mean, the big changes from this year going on is going to be a lot more of me and a lot less of the guest. And but like you said, it was just hard to schedule. It was hard to like. I've had videos where the review could have been out like day one, right? But the review didn't come out until like a month and a half later because my dog has an appointment or this happened or whatever. I have to go work or my grandma's ice cream melted and I have to go buy another one. Like I don't know about your grandma's ice cream that melted. I just want my review done. So my neighbor just walked by. My windows right here, and so like kind of awkward. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but we're neighbors.
Yeah. All right, we got a question here from Kurt though. We're talking about the Naked Skechers video, which I feel like now that's got to be a thing. We're gonna need to get a naked, maybe just like an IG story for the day. Would Meg do the Naked Skechers run?
I can ask her. she's kind of. She might do it. I think for the right amount of money, she might do it. So, links down below, Patreon.
I don't have Patreon links, but
Yeah, okay.
if you want to send me I'll go find your Patreon link. We'll put it down below.
I appreciate that. You know, we still working. We still working.
Anthony Couture wants to talk about, though, speaking of Meg, he said he loved the Ugly Water video with Meg. Are we going to get any more Ugly Water videos?
Man, I've been talking to the owner a while. Like we did that video,
Mhm.
and like that video in itself was a troll because I'm not sure if you remember me on Instagram where I was like, I'm looking for a water sponsor, and I was just like tagging every water company, soda company, just to see who would react. And I was like, everyone tag your favorite company, and like within like at the 5th week, they reached out and said, hey, we'll do it. And I was like, really? And so they sent me like 40 cases of water of their flavor sparkling water, and I did a video for them. It was just like, well, they did it, so let's do a video.
Nice work. Nice work. What was your favorite flavor on that one? It wasn't the pina colada, was it?
I think it was the peach.
Peach?
That was the peach. I think that was the one I liked the most. The pina colada, I don't like pina colada. I'm not about that life.
Yeah. All right. That's fair enough. All right. Steven Gersdorf saying, looks like Jamie been chiseling. You've been hitting the weights. I've seen that in your videos. You've been doing weights. You've been doing track work. Where's it? What kind of events? And you've been talking about races. What kind of events are you looking at?
The mental race, the race for happiness, the race for success. That's all I'm racing for. I'm not really. I'm not. Like, I don't have like a race. I'm like, oh, I'm going to marathon at this pace or a half marathon with this PR.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally just finding my love for jogging and running again. Kind of like reestablishing it. Like, why do I do this? What makes me do this? What keeps me going out every day? If it's hot, cold, windy, snow, whatever. Like, what drives me to actually do it? Because I feel like when you do things just to do it, you lose passion for it. You lose motivation to do it. Mm-hmm. So for me now, it's just health. Mostly, it's just no. I'll give you the exclusive. I'm gonna give you the exclusive, Kofuzi. I'm gonna do a video on this, but because you're my cousin,
all right,
I'm gonna get you to know. So listen here, people. So part of my 2020 struggles, early in the year, I would say probably around like January or maybe February, I had an injury to my back. Long story short, I was in the gym on the machine. It was a cable machine that push your back, whatever. Yada yada yada. The cable snapped and it kind of dripped my back, and I had a pretty bad injury. And kind of like just hurt my back, my lower glute and all that. And I thought, take a week off, 2 weeks off, 4 weeks off. It literally got worse and worse and worse, to the point where I was barely I was in pain all the time. Like I couldn't run without pain, lift without pain. So I almost had to stop jogging as much. So that's part of the reason why the reviews start slowing down. Mm-hmm. I just couldn't get enough miles in them fast enough to get a proper review. So every shoe I reviewed was running a lot, but I just couldn't get as many shoes in because I had to pace myself out and say, well, I can only run maybe 3 times a week, and it hurts when I'm doing it. So I was trying to rehab. I was told maybe I hurt this. I heard it was just the glute was tight and pulling my back, and then everything started going from top to bottom. I was a mess, and I literally get to the point where I could say I was depressed because my health was so out of whack, and it was just normal things, and it was just the whole emotional COVID stuff happening, and trying to do this, and expectations of being a YouTuber, and it was just I couldn't get it going. And towards the end of last year, at the very end, I met my chiropractor. Got an MRI, got some other stuff done. Cost a lot of money, but I want to figure out what the problem was. What could I do to fix it? And they told me you got to do this, this, and this, and this, and even that might not work. And so I said, no, give me the best plan. I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability from every little thing you told me to do, and that's what I've been doing. So me getting in shape and me doing lifting and me doing all these things, it's just I've been doing rehab more hours than probably anything else. I probably spend 2-3 hours just doing rehab. I'll show the lifting and the running parts on Instagram, but really behind the scenes I'm doing more rehab than anything just to get my body back. And I'm at the point where I have progress. I'm not perfectly better now, but it's progress, and it just makes me appreciate the simple things of just being able to move, like your health. Sometimes we're so used to being I need to get faster, or I need to get a PR, and you realize sometimes it's just baseline health. That's all you really want, to be happy, to be healthy, and to enjoy yourself. And that's kind of what in a weird way, that was a thing that I learned from it, which is the views and all that doesn't matter. It's just like what makes you happy. And so this is kind of me getting back to it. And as far as races, I'm actually racing my first race in I don't know a long time. Tomorrow morning.
Awesome. Well, good luck. Are you tapered? You're feeling rested? You're feeling good then?
Heck no, I'm not tapered. No, come on now. No, I'm not a runner, guys. I'm an elite jogger. Let's don't taper.
Okay, you're just gonna run through it.
We
Awesome.
went out there, have a good time, shake some hands, smile. Oh, shake hands, 6 feet. But we wave at them from 6 feet away, and we keep it moving. I'm doing a 5K actually.
Awesome.
So 5K, not a lot of pressure. Like I have like a goal pace I want to hit just to see if I can hit it. I've been running like when I'm pushing 7 minute pace has been like my pushing pace where I can like not feel too hurt but still kind of push. So I think I want to break 7 minute pace for the 5K. So I think
Nice.
22 minutes. I don't know, somewhere on there. You do the math. But yeah, that's the goal. And if I hit it, great. If I don't, great.
Yeah. I mean, I think that just being able to get out there and get in there for a race and to cross the finish line, or even just to toe the line to start, I think it'd be great, especially if you're coming back from an opponent injury. I ran into some knee issues last year too. Doesn't sound anything as bad as what you were going through, but I can relate to some of the kind of like the feelings you were going through, plus like the YouTube slowdown. Like it all affects, not only like the thing you really enjoy, the running, but also the other thing you really enjoy, the making the videos. So I can definitely relate to that. But and I can relate to feeling better too. So I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better.
Yeah, making moves, and it's just I've been having to kind of recalibrate myself, my mindset, my video. So I mean, this rebranding thing is more than just a logo, as I was saying on Instagram. It's like to me, it's reestablishing myself, reinventing myself, or kind of just starting over, but like not even over, but just kind of pushing past what I was doing, like taking that next leap. So yeah, I'm doing more production stuff. I'm doing YouTube stuff. I'm coming back to the Instagram stuff. It's just, but I still want to do what I always want to do, and that's give the people what they want. And I want to do it to the best of my ability this time, where it's just like, there's no filter. The nonsense is going to be very high. So I want to give everyone a warning. If you followed me for the first time in 2020, that's all you know is from 2020, then you're used to that. I'm going to go ahead and apologize. I want to go ahead and apologize. This is not what you want. Please unsubscribe now. This is not what you want. Now, if you've been a long time watcher since like 2016, you're like, oh man, Debbie's back in the day. Oh, you're going to love me, baby. You're going to love it tonight. Yes.
Yeah, I hope that we see another resurgence of, if I can make like a one little request, Nurse Jamie operating on the ASICS shoes. If we get Nurse Jamie back, I mean, she was wearing the face mask before. Face masks were cool. So I mean,
yeah, she was holding down with the face mask.
I just feel like that would be a great one that I would love to be able to see. But what I appreciate about your antics too, though, is that I think some people, when they think about like being very corporate or brand friendly versus not, think that like it means like if you don't like something, you have to like completely trash it or like really talk poorly about a company. But I don't think that's what your antics were. Well, sometimes they were, but I don't think that's what they always were. And I feel like there's a difference between being able to have fun with it all versus just being like kind of a flamethrower as far as reviews go. I think you've been doing a good job with that.
Well, I appreciate that coming from you because as family, it's always good to see you succeeding. Now, I also want to say shout out to you, man. I mean, I think you're almost at 70K.
Getting close. I think we'll be there, by the end of the month, or maybe by the end of the
I really hope you get 100K like this year. I would hope that like maybe just a few videos go the right way and just get that get that push and you just get 100K.
That'll be really weird. I mean,
that way I can say I knew you back when you had 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
I was one of your first ones. I was one of your first subscribers.
Yeah. I mean, we go back a long way. We go back a very long way. So, I definitely remember you talked about us as being like the second wave of kind of like the running YouTubers. When people ask me about like growth strategies on YouTube or like how to do it, I always talk about, you got to find your group, not only like your audience, but the other group of people that are doing like the same thing that you're doing, that are about the same size, generally, like kind of loosely speaking, some that are a little bit bigger, some that are a little bit smaller, and you get together and you find the people that you want to be friends with, and you all grow together. And I think that it worked well on the friendship level, but it also worked well for us on YouTube growth level too. It's just weird to kind of look back and remember that, but I still feel like we're all like at that same, like we're out here and we're just kind of like, trying to pick up some table scraps and that kind of thing. It still feels like that to me, even though like the numbers are a lot bigger for both of us now.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. You realize like there's videos that I was on an old video. I was watching back, and like I put a comment down saying, "Thanks guys for 1,000 views. I'm so happy."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now like you're gonna get your first 1,000 views within an hour, like easy. Like you're not even gonna like worry about 1,000 views. It's just how much has grown, just the standards and expectations, and it's just like it's great, man. I'm glad to see the growth of everybody who's in the game. I will say, I'm not trying to give you credit, but I feel like definitely like you and just like the YouTubers our little era, like we definitely grew the running community on YouTube. I feel like you have so many YouTube running channels now. I feel like you were one of the first ones to like make it okay to just be like a vlogger or viewer and kind of just be yourself and not so much like a selling a shoe, but like being a personality of running.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now you have so many personalities of running, not just like running shoe reviewers. I think you were like one of the first ones to kind of like made that resurgence of like that. So now, I mean, there's like 30 channels I watch and say, oh, what's going on with this guy's training or this guy's running or this shoe? Like I don't have to watch one or two channels.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's I really appreciate the fact that there are more people out there like that, because I just felt like I was this weird dude for a while out there, and now I feel like I'm still like a weird dude, but there's a lot of other weird dudes out there too. So there's comfort in the company. So it's good to. I mean, I love seeing it, and I love seeing like people of a variety of different skill levels and running experiences and abilities. Being able to get out there and do the same thing too.
Oh yeah. And I see you got the path collaboration.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I saw the shirts. I was like, what? My man got him a collab, like apparel. That's dope.
Yeah, it was really flattering. It was super fun too. And the weird thing was like they sent me the shirt ahead of time. And they were like, we need you to take some pictures of it so we can use that as part of the marketing. And I was like, well, I gotta do what now? And I was like, oh, I guess that makes sense. Like when you look at a shirt, you gotta like you want to see pictures of people wearing it. And I'm like, I gotta like go put on a shirt and like take pictures. Like I run with a selfie stick. That seems normal to me, but like like trying to set up a tripod and like taking pictures of myself outside, like with the shirt on, like wearing it, like seemed really weird. So it was very surreal. But I love the shirt. I like that company a lot too. So it's just like, it was easy. It was easy. I mean, they did all the heavy lifting, but it was easy to say yes to. And I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
All right. Ben has a question though. Here we go.
We got
what came first?
questions.
Non-elite or Jamie being an elite jogger? What came first? I don't know. I think they're about the same.
I feel like mine was kind of offline first. Like, cause I was someone, because my whole elite jogger thing came from people in Austin with that elite mentality telling me I was a hobby jogger.
Yeah. I remember you had a lot of videos about jogging.
Yeah.
That was definitely.
So that's where mine came from. But I think yours came from the idea that like you're not an elite runner, but you still love running, have a passion for it, and that's what you were kind of. So it's like two things that kind of relate, but it wasn't like we were like doing the same thing. We're kind of just we both had the same mindset and just kind of parallel with each other. But I'm not sure what came first, like the egg, the chicken, or the waffle.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes along with the idea that we were coming up at a time where we were very different from everyone else that was out there. And we were just trying to like be like, yeah, we're totally okay with not having been like, former pro athletes, but we're still going to talk about some shoes and stuff. So, but Kerry Smith wants to know, well, he's saying I'd rock an elite jogger shirt.
Elite jogger shirt.
I have an elite jogger shirt. Are they still up on Teespring? Can you still get the Elite Jogger shirt on Teespring?
I think they're down. I thought I took them down because by the rebranding, we got some new shirts coming.
Okay.
One you guys might like. We got the Swaggy Waggy shirt coming out. So it's literally like a black shirt and it has Swaggy, but within the letters is the Canadian flag.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So you know, like you know if you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's always my favorite thing when it comes to branding and apparel. Like, it's if you know, you know. Like, that's my favorite. You know, like I don't like anything to be too flashy, but like for people that know, you know, then they'll see the flex. I always like that. And I feel like when you're putting the Canadian flag in there, that could be a nice little kind of like hint to the Canadian. I mean, whatever the Canadian version of USATF is, you know,
Yeah.
CTF. I don't know what that is. You know, helping them make the decision of because they do like a hybrid performance / selection method over there. Is that right?
They do they have like a preliminary where like you can just enter in to see if you can get to the rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you have the standard, you're kind of already into the second round or whatever. And after that, it's based off of performance at the championship / trial championship / if you already hit the A standard. So it's like a hybrid of a few different things. But, you know, I never know what's the right. I mean, pick who's fast. Like, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, a couple of people have been asking, though, any updates on the documentary? I know it's hard to do any real updates because there haven't been races or other.
Yeah, we're definitely. So, I mean, the style of the documentary definitely changed a lot. Like, the more I've been editing as I've been going, and then it got to a point where I'm like, it's not coming out the way I envisioned it. Just because 2020 didn't come out how I envisioned it.
Right.
So the struggles that we were looking for, like nothing's going to struggle, but it wasn't the same struggle we were expecting.
Right.
It became like socially and just like the environment and just like personal stuff. So it became more like a story. I'm trying to make a documentary, not so much the documentary itself. And so that's kind of the vibe it is now. And I will say it's a lot more interesting now. Like all of a sudden, the things that we talk about and the things that we can like, it got more interesting.
Very cool. Very cool. Does Meg have any? I mean, I guess I should ask Meg. I should have Meg on here too. But does she have any races coming up, or what's
She was supposed to run the Trials of the Mile. What's it called? The Trials of Miles, or
that race?
Yeah, she was supposed to run that race, but she had to do something else that same weekend. So. Unfortunately, not that race, but that was supposed to be one. So we're kind of looking into some other races. Maybe out of state. It's just tough because some meets aren't allowing unattached or not. So she'd be considered unattached athlete, so not allowing it because COVID regulations and all that. They don't want extra people coming in.
Sure.
And then a lot of the professional meets are same thing. So you got to be really fast to get in. So that's why this meet coming up this end of the month is such a big deal.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're gonna have a fast meet with a lot of people there all at once and be able to actually race with competition.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't. I mean, she's still considered unattached. She's not considered running with New Balance at this point.
I think she's I guess so. I guess you could say that. Let's put it that way. I mean, she's all New Balance apparel, New Balance, shoes. When she runs these meets, she has to wear New Balance. So I guess so. I just never thought of it that way. I know where it's just like Meg in person, not so much like the athlete. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, she is.
Yeah, you're not her agent. You're not her manager.
Yeah, I'm just
at least not that I know of. Maybe
I'm just hitting the record button basically.
Yeah. All right. Well, I won't take up too much of your time, man. But it was really great to see you. Really great to catch up, and thanks for putting the family Zoom up on YouTube with me today.
Yes, it's always fun. I always enjoy the people and just talking to you because I think this is what it's all about for me. It's just the relationships, it's the community, it's the people who watch us. I mean, I always check in with what they're doing, what you're doing. So to me, that's what it's all about. Like cool YouTubers, subscribers, but it's like at the end of the day, we got each other, and that's a positive thing. It's a beautiful thing. It is.
All right, and you want to send us off, or you want me to do your send off?
No, you're gonna mess it up. You always mess it up. Every time I actually do my outro, you're like, I'm gonna say it out of order and just piss you off, and you hit the end button. No, not today. So with that said, be sure to stay in school, Do not do drugs. And if you can, keep it tight.
All right, my brother. Thank you so
Thank
much. I love you.
you. Thank you. I love you, man. Later.
Bye.